Okay, so again, my name is Jared Ojeda. I'm out of Atlanta, Georgia, a small city called Riverdale. By trade, I'm a sergeant in the fire department. I was blessed to be welcomed or invited to this amazing community at the very inception, and my wife's cousin invited us. We got excited because of what it entailed. I will tell you this right now: you may get it right away, or you may not get it right away. I promise you. I got excited when I saw it, but I had some questions. But here's the point. The person and the lady who's going to share this with you, they have a history in the industry of proven success, of not just being successful, but helping other people be successful as well. And after going to Dubai and hanging out with her and seeing her and her husband just bless us so much with their presence, I know that I'm in the right place at the right time with the right people. Sherry Sharman has literally been in this industry for 30 plus years. You wouldn't know it by looking at her. She's made millions of dollars, but more than anything else, what I love is that she doesn't keep those millions to herself. She helps other people do the same thing. Her goal and vision in life is to help create wealth in the community fashion. And so please do me a favor, give it up to my friend, my mentor, my lifestylepreneur partner, Miss Sherry Sharman.
Oh, thank you so much, Jared. And I am so excited to see you because the last time I saw you was in Dubai. And it's so great to see you and Kamitsi, being able to go do presentations in Atlanta. And for all of you that are here, first I want to thank you for your time because, this was shared to me back in 1987. Many of you weren't even born yet, but when I saw this for the very first time, the thing that got me excited is this is a people building business. So if you're on this call and you're going, why did my friend or family member invite me to be on this call? It is because they care about you. This literally changed my life. I was a broke Montessori preschool teacher at the time, single mom, having a really hard time making ends meet. And this industry was not only explained to me, but it got into me. It really got into my heart because I love the fact the only way you can succeed here is by helping others. So please take a deep breath, enjoy what we're going to share with you. Relax because the best part of this is it's going to be your decision. It's going to be something that you've got to either feel it or sense it that this is something that is right for you. And I have the absolute pleasure to introduce to you not only one of my dearest friends, he's family to me. He is somebody that not he's a business partner, but even more, he's somebody I trust. And if you're on this call and you're going, okay, who is Sherry Sharman and who is this person she's going to be introducing? All I can say is relax because we are going to show you something that I believe is going to be the biggest thing I've ever built in my entire career. And Jared's very sweet because he's like, 3 decades in this industry. I'm almost at 4 decades in this industry. And I love it as much now, if not more, than I did when I first got started. The gentleman that I get to introduce to you is somebody that was one of my students back when he was 21 years young. And I remember that not only is he somebody that paid attention, went to work, became extremely successful, but he's teaching others how to do the same. And that is what I call a true leader, a person who leads by example, somebody that is spoken in front of hundreds of thousands of people across the world in his career, but he has taken a personal interest on people like you and me becoming successful. And that's why you're on this call. And I can't wait for you to hear the information he's going to share. He's somebody that, like I said, I trust with all my heart. And I'm so excited to introduce to you Muzaffar Najfi.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Happy Wednesday, everybody. And thank you for the kind words, Sherry. And I know that for some of you that are new, right, like a friend or a family member or a business partner, somebody introduced you to this Zoom and they were either excited and they said, hey, you have to see this. Maybe they said travel, maybe they said business, maybe they said a new launch. I don't know what it is, but either way, you're here. And I'm going to do my best to share this information with all of you because, again, somebody was excited for you to see this. For me, I appreciate all the kind words that Sherry said. It's always a surreal feeling when you have a coach or a mentor of yours introduce you. it's unique, right? Like it's unique when somebody impacted your life, and that's what Sherry did for me and my wife many, many years ago. And then over time, we just kept, our relationship as she's like a second mom to me. But when we saw this company, and I had a chance to be here at the beginning of the creation of what I'm about to show you, I knew I had to talk to her. I knew it. And I knew I had to have her see this. And it's been exciting ever since. So let me just start out by saying, before I got started with the company that I'm about to share with you tonight, which just pre-launched last July, officially launched in October, and then our system fully opened up in December. And today we're already open in 40 countries. You're talking 3 months later. There's an explosion happening with us, and we're excited to share that with you. But before I did this, I grew up in Minnesota from the age of 10, being told that if I want to become successful, go to school. And I got lucky enough to get to a university on an athletic scholarship. My parents didn't have the money to send me. Mom and dad made $30,000 a year combined income. And so for me, I could catch a football and run fast, and I had the opportunity to go to university. And what ended up happening was my last year at university, I tore my ACL, MCL, and PCL ligament, and my dreams were ripped from me. I don't know if you've ever been in a scenario where something that you hoped and dreamed about doing as a kid or even as an adult was taken from you. But that was my situation. The reason I wanted to do it was because I wanted to retire my mom. My mom, her whole goal in life was to teach people how to learn about God. And she used to have to beg to get off of work just to do it. And I was extremely frustrated that my mom was in that situation. And I wanted to retire. I wanted to make it as a professional football player. And when that didn't happen, I graduated with 3 degrees from a university, and I went out looking for a job. And my best job offer was $35,000 a year. And a friend of mine called me and said, "Hey, I got to show you something. I have to introduce you to somebody." And I met a guy that was making $12,000 a month. Now, that money may be a lot to some of you, or it may be very little to some of you. I don't know where you are in life. For me, it was a lot of money, like a lot of money. And I just wanted to know how to do it. And I was hoping somebody was going to show me. And the guy that I met said, "Listen, I'll teach you how to do it, but you have to get trained." And I went to my first training seminar in this profession. And it was for a company that was #1 on the Inc. 500. Like, they list all the privately held companies in America, and this company was #1. Like, it grew at 35,000% growth. And the co-founder and lady that was the #1 income earner was being introduced. I'll never forget. She was earning over 100,000 a month. And I was like, how do you do that? Like, who does that type of money? And her name was Sherry Sharman. And I just wanted to be her student. I just wanted to learn. And then a few years later, I earned my way into actually getting to know her in person, where she started coaching me personally. So before, it was coaching me from afar, which I was grateful for. Make no mistake about it, Sherry, and I'll always thank you for that. But it's when I earned my way into the circle that you were coaching privately, my life completely changed forever. And I'll never be able to thank you enough for that. And so today, I want to share a company with all of you that friends of mine and business partners of mine, we came together, and Viago was created. And how it happened was, my first business partner, his name is Isaac. Before Viago, he created a skincare company that opened 900 stores in over 40 countries. And he did over 3 billion in revenue. And I had the honor of working with him in that company as his vice president of field development. And I watched him build something amazing from traditional retail, and then moved over to a direct sales space. And then my other business partner is a gentleman named Eddie Head, where Eddie and his business partners created the largest travel club in the world. And when I watched what they did over a 15-year period, I was like, I knew of them. And then I got to know them. And I saw the millions of members around the world that joined this travel club. And I was like, wow, they created something fun, lifestyle. And so we all came together right after COVID and said, hey, what if we could work together? What if we could create something bigger, better? What if we could create magic? What would it look like? And we put this list together of, well, I would want this. And someone said, I would want this. There was a bunch of us sitting in a room, and this big list was put together. And we were looking at it going, if that happens, and then somebody said, when it happens, when that happens, we will have the most incredible community in the world. And we started putting it together, and we had to test it. And then we fixed it, and then we tested it, and then we added to it. And then here we are with Viago. And I'm so excited to share this information with all of you, because this is only the beginning of a company that will have millions upon millions of members. And it will be in over 100+ countries around the world. Right now, we've already excelled to over 40. And this membership, it does have travel. Like, people ask about travel all the time. And I'm going to share something with you. If you were to ask 2 of your friends tonight, just 2, if time and money were not an issue in your life, what would you do more of? Ask that question. If time and money was not an issue in your life, what would you do more of? And answer 1, 2, or 3. Like, the top 3 always that I've seen has been, I would travel more. I would. I meet people all the time, and that's what they say. I met a great guy today that said, I've been living in solitude for the last year by choice. He said, and my year is now up. And the first thing I'm doing is traveling. Like, that's the first thing after a year of solitude is travel. It's something talked about by everyone, is travel. I want to travel more. I want to get out. I want to see the world. And the reason why people don't do it is time and money. So when you become a part of Club Viago, this community, you get access to travel at a wholesale rate. So you got to understand, there is Priceline and Expedia and Booking.com and Kayak and all of these things. And they have, as a company, they have wholesale. So there's retail and they have wholesale. They just don't give it to us. They mark it up and then give us this price, which is better than retail, but it's not wholesale. What we do is we have access to wholesale and give it to you. We give you wholesale because we don't sell travel. We don't do that. We give it to our members. And I'm going to show you what happens. So the minute you become a member, you get a username and password. So inside of our portal, once you log in, you'll see your website. It's yours. You put your name on it, it's yours. And the first thing you can look into is travel. And let me show you what happens. Is you'll see significant discounts on hotels and cruises and car rentals and homes and week vacation places, and yes, some flights. Now, there's access to a whole flight booking engine in there. I just don't brag on flights because they're FAA regulated, and we're very similar to all the other booking engines because of that. But I do brag about everything else. So let's start the bragging and just being candid with you, right? Like hotels, I brag because it's awesome. Like the public prices, Priceline, and everyone I'm showing this to always goes, wow, Mazafar, look at the Viago price. This is 33% savings in Vegas. This is Miami, Florida. Look at this one, 37% savings. This is Glacier National Park, 34% savings. This is the Millennium Hotel Times Square, 57% savings. This is Italy, 54% savings. I was in Argentina and saved money. I was in Colombia. I go to Colombia every 3 months and save money because of this booking engine. Every time I stayed at the Grand Hyatt and saved over 50%. I was just in LA. The Hilton was $274. I paid $150 after taxes. Like, I'm telling you, I have friends, my new friends of mine that I met through Sherry Sharman. And this lady, wonderful 2 ladies, Sherry and Esther, and I met them, and they were talking about Europe, and we were looking at Europe savings. Like, you can save everywhere, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know. Like, absolutely brilliant when you look at what happens with this membership. And that's only category number 1. Category number 2 is the vacations that we design. Now, there's 2 parts to this. We design vacations where we pick the location, we pick the date, we pick all the fun things that happen. And you have a choice to go there. Vacation number 2 option is you pick the date, you pick the location, you pick all the fun things, and we design it for you with our relationships and make the price significantly phenomenal. So I'm going to show you both, right? Let me show you, by the way, all the video that you were seeing on the screen, that's our community. That's not like stock footage. But on top of what I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk about a rewards program that's awesome because 1 point equals $1. So when you spend dollars, you earn points, and those points are redeemed for $1. Like, it's an awesome scenario. So let's start with the first vacation I want to talk about, which is to Playa del Carmen. This is a 4-diamond property. I've been there twice. My wife and I have been there twice, once with our kids. And we just went last Father's Day. It was amazing. So included in this is round trip airport transfers that means from airport to resort, resort back to airport is included. A welcome reception included. It's all inclusive, included. A foam pool party included. Like a sunset cruise included. A hostess waiting for you. Welcome to Fantasy Island. Y'all remember that? Okay, anyways, if y'all don't remember that show, it was awesome. I met a lady today at the ABC studio, like this, where they do ABC stuff, like news and shows, and a lady that just joined our community. She has her own show on ABC, and I made that joke, and she goes, "Muzaffar, I was on that TV show, Fantasy Island." I said, "Well, I'm not making fun of it. Like, I'm just joking. Like, I'm joking. Everyone loved Tattoo. I'm just joking." But she was on that TV show, which is awesome. What does that have to do with us? Nothing, other than she's part of our community. So I just had to throw that in there. That we're attracting so many awesome people. But this trip for $850, because normally if you did this on your own without flights, you'd pay $1,700 for one person. With us, without flights, $850 for one person. Then the reward points. Check this out. We have a reward system that when you join us and become a member of Club Viago, right away you get 600 points. Right away, immediately. And you can use that immediately. Now, every trip that we have has a maximum allowance of points. This one is 150. So it brings the price down to 700. That's more than a 50% savings, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this trip to Vietnam for 475 after your points are used. This one is Dubai for 540. We filled it up. We had to do a second one. And the crazy thing is I remember when Sherry saw Viago at our launch and she heard about this trip. She goes, "When is it?" I said, "March." She goes, "That's my birthday month." She goes, "I'm going." Happy birthday again, Sherry. March is almost done. I don't know if we have to just celebrate you for the whole year. I have no idea. It's fun celebrating you, by the way. But I'm still March, so I'm going to say happy birthday month again, young lady. But she was in Dubai with her husband sending me photos going, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And I'm like, "I didn't design the trip." She goes, "No, but you introduced me to the company in this community." She goes, "I'm here with 400 people, Muzaffar. I've never been on a trip with a community like this." That's what happens on these trips. Look at this one to Cairo, Egypt. Look at this one to Phuket. So many people have gone. I think, Jared, you were on this Phuket trip, and we now brought it back around. Like, people were banging on our door going, "Can you bring the Phuket trip back?" This one is China. Like, wow, like a full day boat cruise? What? This is awesome. There's more. There's South Africa, Spain, Italy, Greece. Oh, there's a Greece one coming in June, the third weekend in June. Mark your calendars. It's not the one you see here. It's not the one you see here. It's going to be spectacular. Just letting you know. Like, there's Turkey, Philippines. And by the way, we also design ones for you. Like, I have somebody that's a Muzaffar. I have a church group. Can you design one? I have a nonprofit organization. I have a women's group. I have a health organization. We want to do a health retreat. Can you do a bachelor party? Can you do a bachelorette party? Can you do a family reunion? My best friend played for the Ravens and the Falcons in the NFL, and he's part of our community. He's like, "Hey," he goes, "your nephew," which is his son, just got to Indiana State. Muzaffar, can we do a graduation congratulations vacation? That kind of all rhymed. Anyways, I said, "Yes, we can." And we did. And now he's like, "Hey, We got our friends and family. If you want to open it to the community, so it's in your back office. If you want to go hang out with an ex-NFL player who's one of my best friends and his community, it's going to be awesome. I will be in Colombia at that time. He was like, why didn't you tell me? I go, why didn't you tell me? So the point is that we even do where we give to communities. This one is our bottled school program where Janie and Raymond have hosted this one, where you, outside of the time you will spend in Guatemala, you spend a few days building bottled schools for kids and with the community. Absolutely incredible. So that's the second category, which is our vacations. The third inside of this membership is our telemedicine program. Number one, understand there are people that have health insurance in the United States. And I know there are people all over the world right now on this Zoom. I saw Bali on here. I see Africa on here. I know Mexico's on here. I know Colombia is on here. Like, I get it. I'm just talking about the US for a second. I know people have health insurance and don't have health insurance. For the people that don't, having access to a licensed doctor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's no cost, is priceless. It's that peace of mind. Then there are people that do have health insurance, and maybe it's in yours. I have it in mine, but I still use ours instead. My daughter got sick in December, and I have a habit of logging in to my membership. So my first reaction was to log into Club Viago, log into Club Viago, log in. It's with everything that I do. Log into Club Viago, check Club Viago, check the club, Mazaffer, check. My wife and I check the club, check the club. Did you check the membership? Check the club. Everything. When I show you the next, literally everything, check the club. So I went into the club, put my username and password, and I booked an appointment. They called me in 2 minutes. Thank God. And they said, look, you don't have to send your daughter to urgent care. Like, we know we got it. We're going to send her medicine to the pharmacy. Go pick it up, Mazaffer, you're fine. That peace of mind is worth this membership and more, just so all of you know. The next is our daily deals, which I love. This is one of my favorite areas. We partnered with an entity that brought us over 1 million retailers, over 1 million. And this is from everything from movie theaters to Six Flags to Disney to SeaWorld. Listen, my friends Jim and Donna called and said, hey, Mazaffer, we saved $2,300 on our car insurance because of member deals. I said, what? How? And then Amanda and her husband were like, yeah, we saved $2,600 for the year. I see a lady named Sean on here. Her and her husband saved $600. And I keep hearing about deal after deal. And I'm going, wait a minute, how? I didn't even know that. They said, well, here's where you go. Go to member deals and then go here and then click that and then click here. I'm like, how did you guys find it? They said, we were just clicking. We're playing with the membership. It's our membership. We're going to play with it. And I'm telling you right now, the average person saves a minimum of $4,000 a year that clicks. Like, go click. Like, go click and play and click, have fun. And you will find savings that will blow you away. My friends saved 60% on an NBA game. Friends of mine went to the soccer games. Friends of mine gone to F1 Formula Racing. Friends of mine went to a U2 concert, and instead of paying $2,400 for floor seats, they paid $600. Like, I could spend all day on just this section. And the last is our shopping area, our marketplace, with products that we designed and now new products that are coming into our community, that instead of giving you retail prices, we give you wholesale prices, and then you can even use your points to bring the price down. So can we recap? The discount travel booking engine, the VIP escapes, the experiences, the telemed, the daily member savings, and the best pricing on Marketplace. You want to know something even better than everything I just showed you? This is phase 1 of more than 5 different phases. Like, when you look at the app, WhatsApp, their phase 1 was texting. Phase 2 was video calling. Phase 3 was multiple people calling. Phase 4 was encrypted. Phase 5, like that, they are now at phase 8. Where do you think we will be at phase 8? If this is phase 1, how you get the membership is simple. It's $450 for setup. We give you 600 points. I had somebody say, Mazafar, that's just too good to be true. I give you $450 to set up, and you give me $600, and $1 equals one point equals $1. So it's like you're giving me $600. That's unheard of. I said, you're welcome. Like I said, thank you. And then they said, you're welcome. And because to me, that's a compliment when somebody says too good to be true. I love it. And it's only the beginning. I got to tell you all this. My wife set up this website through this company, and they charge like $400 for setup. And then there's a fee every month for, access to their system and their hosting. And I looked at my wife. I go, what did we get for the 400? She goes, what are you talking about? I go, well, with Viago, we spend $450 and get 600. She goes, Mazafar, not everything is Viago. And by the way, believe me, she's frustrated with me being a goofball, because then I keep going at it. So every month there's a monthly membership for her website. She sells custom made Pakistani kids clothes, right? And so to maintain the site, she pays something every month. And I go, baby, what do they give us for paying every month? She goes, access to their system. I go, well, with Viago, it's $99 a month. They get access to our membership. They save $4,000 a year or more, and we give them 100 points every month for the membership. And I'm just having fun with my wife. I swear, if she was listening right now, I'd probably be punched in the shoulder. But the point is you get 600 immediately, and you're getting 100 points a month. And then when you're loyal, 12 months later, we give you a gift. Yes, I asked my wife, what do we get for 12 months of loyalty? Don't tell her this. When y'all meet her, stop saying Mazafar says this on the Zooms. Stop saying that stuff. You get me in trouble in my own home. The point is, I'm sharing with you. And so I go, what do we get for being loyal for 12 months? And she's like, would you stop it? I go, well, with Viago, we get a vacation as a gift. Listen, what do you get for being loyal to Netflix for 12 months, or your cell phone company, or the light bill? What do you get for paying the light bill? People go, Mazafar, I get lights and another bill. So you're loyal to so many places, and you pay your bill every month. And 12 months later, they don't thank you? We give you a gift of a vacation or an extra 1,000 Viago points. And I'm just here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is only the beginning. We're already in 40 countries and growing. Like, it's spectacular. And I love where we're headed. And I'm so excited to share even more with you, because now I'm going to share our business model. I'm going to share our business model. And my daughter just came and brought me water. I just got to thank God for my family and my daughters. And because she brought me water, when I drink it, it's a blessing for her. So excuse me 1 second. Thank you, sweetheart. And so I want you to understand something, that we want to live life. So many people just exist. They go from I owe. So off to work I go on Mondays. Wednesday's hump day. Today is hump day. And Friday, it's like TGIF. It's like people just got out of jail. And then they do it again Monday. And I just see people exist instead of live. We want you to be a part of this community. And we want to reward you for bringing your relationships. And that's when you become an ambassador. So I meet people, and they fall in one of three different categories. I meet people and I ask them, do you have a spare tire if your car ever got a flat? And that's a weird question to ask. And people either say yes or they say no. And if they say no, that means they're dependent on somebody when a flat tire happens. So I ask people, financially, with your financial vehicle, do you have a spare tire? Because what happens if you have a flat with your financial vehicle? What if there's cutbacks? What if there's layoffs? What if there's let goes? What if there's the average person, if they lose their income, 90 days later, they're filing bankruptcy? And so I show people how to have a spare tire in their financial vehicle with Viago. The second type of person says, I want to make the same money I'm making now. If you can show me how to make the same money, my life would be phenomenal to be able to leave what I'm doing, because I don't like it anyways, Mazafar. and I could work from home. I could travel with you guys and do this business and make the same money I'm making. And the third type of person is someone like me or someone like Sherry. And we want a 6 and 7 figure a year income. And I just want someone to show me that there's a legitimate path to do so. So to become an ambassador, it's $49. And you get our whole system that we spent millions on our software. And for you, it's $49 one time. And then every year to maintain it, it's $99. But there's 5 ways that we earn an income. I used to get paid one way. If I worked, I made money. If I didn't work, I didn't make money. And there's 5 ways here. A direct bonus is number 1. A residual bonus is number 2. We have a team bonus, a sapphire bonus, and even a matching check bonus. But let me just start with 1 and 2. 1 is simple. Anyone that you introduce that becomes a member, you earn $100. So if you introduce 5, 500, 10, 1,000, 20 people, 2,000. When I heard that, I talked to 40 people my first day and 17 said yes. The point is you can talk to anyone that you want to have this incredible membership. When you get to 6, why am I showing you 6? Well, yes, you earned 600, but now your membership is free starting next month. And as long as every month you have 6 paying members, your membership will be free. My motto is if it's free, it's me. Everyone I meet wants free. And we help people do it. And then you introduce others that want free. I introduced Sherry. The first thing she said was, Muzaffar, I got to have free. I got to have free. And she went and got her 6 in her first week. Now she's bought a total of 23 personal people. And it's grown amazing. She introduced a lady named Rika that got her 6. She's introduced a guy that named Ricky, and they're not related. Ricky and Rika are 2 separate people. But he got 9 in 24 hours. Kathy got 6 in 4 days. Like, I can go on and on. But let's talk about a residual income. Because if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. And residual, can I tell you something? All of you have a residual. It's just most people have residual bills and not a residual income. Like, everybody has residual bills. Those bills come in no matter what. The bill is coming. Why not have residual dollars? A residual dollar to me is better than a regular dollar. But how we have a residual income is when we build a team. So let's say that you introduce Sherry, not me. And Sherry introduced Rika, and Rika introduced Cheryl, and Cheryl introduced Brad, and Brad introduced Kathy. And everybody's a member. And then you introduced Muzaffar, and Muzaffar introduced Juan, and Juan introduced Jared, and Jared introduced Kim, and Kim introduced Tina. And you now have 5 left and 5 right. And they're keeping the membership. You're earning a residual income of $50 a month. You may go, that's not a lot of money. And I say 5 people is not a lot of people. But what happens is, one of those being Sherry, she gets her 6. You're already over 10 members on one side. I got 17 my first day. You're over 10 on the other side. And your income jumps to $200 a month every month, as long as those 10 keep their $99 membership. And when you get to 25, you're at $500 a month. Residual income that's coming in every month. 50-50 is 1,000. And there's other bonuses that happen when you reach this rank of Sapphire. Emerald ambassador is 100. You're earning 2,000 a month. I have a lady named Helen in Africa that did this in 4 months. She went 25 to November, 10, December, 25, January, 50-50, February, 100. I think she was in competition with her friend Martin. Martin did the exact same thing in the exact same months. Like, they were literally in competition with each other in 2 different countries of Africa, probably calling each other, going, what did you do? Well, that's what I'm going to do. What did you do? That's like Rika and Kathy talking to each other, going, what did you finish? Well, I'm going to do that. You going to do this? I'm going to do that. Right? And that's kind of what happened. And by the way, Rika and Kathy, they kicked your butt, and they're in Africa. So I'm having a little fun with the 2 of you. How you like that? All right. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Maybe I'm not. When you go diamond, it's 5,000 a month, right? Blue diamond is 10,000 a month. Red diamond is 20,000 a month. Purple diamond is 36,000 a month, and black diamond is 85,000 a month. And yes, people have hit most of these ranks except for black diamond, ladies and gentlemen, but they're on track. Like, there are people getting closer and closer. I believe by the end of this year, there'll be black diamonds in the company. We have a whole digital wallet with 10% back on purchases, make and receive payments, peer-to-peer. Like, This thing has so much technology, including the ability to do crypto. It's phenomenal. Now, I do tell people, just because you join, money doesn't go into your account. Just because you join a gym, you don't get muscles added to your body. You have to do the work. And we have a whole system in place for training, from an online system, which is Inner Circle, which gives you access to so much information from successful individuals in Viago, to live events where we do 3 in Europe every year, 3 in North America every year, 3 in South America every year. And we're going to be adding Asia. But the very next event is happening in Atlanta for North America, ladies and gentlemen. And I would do everything in your power to be there. Now, before I get started, I want you to hear from a couple people that have had some results, because I'm not Viago. I'm not. I'm honored that I've been able to be a part of this. And what I'd love to do, Jared, I think it's just because we missed you, buddy. But I would love it if you could share your story, my friend. What's happened since, I know you told everybody you were a firefighter, but what's happened since you started with Viago? I'd love for everybody to hear, man. I'd really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Muzafa. So, with me and my story, I got started simply for the travel. I just wanted to save money. My wife, I tell everybody, as a sergeant in the fire department, I give the community my very best. I run into burning buildings for complete strangers, but I was coming home giving my wife the rest, and I just couldn't afford to take her to places. So, when we saw the prices, it was a no-brainer for us. We knew that we could travel the best for less. We got started. But the type of person I am, I also will tell someone if I got a deal. And so I invited some of my friends and family, and before I knew it, the company was paying me. So I started getting checks, not even knowing where they were coming from. And then I went on a trip and I had conversations with individuals like Muzafa. And when we go to Dubai and have conversations with people like Sherry, who've been in the industry and said, we can really build something big, this huge community. And we're going to create a simple system that can work for you. And I said, how? I'm super busy. They said, all you have to do is invite people to jump on a call just like this. We'll do the calls for you. You just bring the people. And when we did that, we started this system of just inviting and plugging people in. I waived my fees shortly. I also become a residual earner in the company. And I'm excited about traveling the world, my family. You're talking about that trip. I have a trip coming up in May. I have a trip coming up in July. Now we're going to Greece in June. It's just an amazing run that we can travel the world and get paid to bring our friends and family. So I have a saying. As you can see, I wear Viago. Someone says, why do you always wear Viago? Because Nike doesn't pay me. Viago does. So I go, you go, we go, Viago. Let's go.
Perfect. Appreciate it, my friend. And I want to do this. I want to go to my friend Rika. I know I was joking around about her, but I'd love for Rika to quickly tell her story and what's happened since she got started, because amazing things are happening in her business. And she's already gotten promoted to, the first rank of residual. And I think she's almost finished the second one. Like, it's incredible. And it might already be done. But Rika, I'd love for you to share with everyone what's happened since you started.
Well, thanks, Muzaffer. My name is Rika Bettino, and I have been a realtor for like 25 years, for 25 years. And I have a team, and I've had a lot of success. But the thing with real estate is every single year, it doesn't matter how much money I make one year, the next year I have to start all over again. And it's just not sustainable. I can't work until I die. And so that's what happened to me is that Sherry Sharman called me. And to be honest, Sherry Sharman has been my mentor since I was 24 years old. And she changed my life with the success principles that she taught me way back in the 90s. And it impacted every area of my life. So when she called me, first of all, I was so excited to go travel because my husband, I love her husband, Alex, and of course, love Sherry. And we have so much fun traveling together. But then I took a serious look at the compensation plan. And I realized that, you know what? The residual income is what's going to help me be able to retire. I'll never be able to retire from real estate. And so it's just been amazing because I'm having a blast. And Sherry always says she's having the time of her life. I am too. And so we are having a blast. We're getting ready to go to Greece. And I'm like calling on my friends, you got to see this because you got to go to Greece with me. And it's just been fun. Now I'm helping my friends get their six and progress through the company too. And it is so much fun. So join us. You know what? Opportunities are never lost. They just go to someone that takes advantage of them. And when was the last time in your life that you had successful people that have reached the pinnacle of their careers, made millions of dollars, stop and go, hey, wait, let me show you how I did it step by step? Ask yourself. when's it going to happen next time? So I hope you join us and you're traveling with us, and we'll see you on the beaches of the world.
Awesome. Thank you, Rika. And listen, I want y'all to know something. It's for me, it's incredible when you look at all the different stories, and I see different friends that are on here that have been working in our community. And, you know, when you ask people, what are the 5 things that they want, like truly want in life, that is a need? Think about that. What do they want that's a need? And the number one answer, which might shock you, is money. And number 2 is health. Like, I would think health would be number 1, but number 1 is money. And number 2 is health. You know what? Number 3 is travel. Number 3 is travel. Number 4 is significance. And number 5 is relationships. And I love the fact that my friend Shar is on here. She met the love of her life on one of our escapes. This is more than just business and money and trips. I mean, it's life connections, it's relationships, it's community. There's a lot to it. So when you talk about getting started, it's really simple, right? There's the $450 membership plus the $49 ambassador registration. So it's $499 and then $99 a month. Our goal is to make sure that your membership is free as fast as possible. So let me show you the timing of this. This is something spectacular because I've been talking to people about timing, because I met this wonderful lady and her partner. And I remember talking with Sherry Sharman, and she introduced me to another lady named Sherry and Esther. And I met these 2 ladies, and talk about talented and like a strong business already. Like, they are already doing well in life. They have a multi-million-dollar business. And some of you are hesitant to talk to people like that. But a lot of business-minded people are business-minded. Think about that one. Business-minded people are business-minded. And Sherry and Esther said, hey, this makes sense. And what they did is right away, they called Tom, who's Sherry's brother. And what I just got a chance to meet him, and we had an amazing conversation. I want to say it's yesterday. Oh my God, my days are jumbling. Was it yesterday, Sherry? Yeah, it was yesterday. And we sat for like an hour and went through things. And Tom was like, I get that. I understand that. And so they started talking to people, because here's what happened. Sherry messages going, Muzaffar, I'm making sure people get put in the right place, because if there's only 2 legs, she's like, me and Esther know a lot of people. And I'm going, well, Sherry, if you guys haven't ever done a 2 team, which is called a binary before, it's first come, first serve. So with your connections, the early bird does get the worm. And so they've had some people position themselves already. Now, there are people that will always say, well, I'm going to wait. That means that you're giving your position, because you saw this business, you're giving it away to the next person. And I know that these 2 ladies, Sherry and Esther, they're going to have people that will miss out because they waited. How do I know? Because Sherry Sharman went through the same thing. She had people that said, I'm going to think about it. And then the next day, Sherry had several people sign up, and they were like, well, wait a minute. Why am I going underneath when I saw it before? And we said, because we literally, it's only 2 teams. It's first come, first serve, and we don't insert people. And then you end up missing out on people that should have been on your team like this. So I'm just here to let you know, don't wait. Like, just don't. People tend to wait or hesitate because of fear of something that happened in the past, fear of something that they tried before, fear of someone that they know that tried something before. None of it was Viago. Fear is temporary. Regret is permanent. So when they said A, B, or C, I was A. I'm all in. A B is someone that wants to be a customer, and a C is someone that has questions, and they need to see it again. And that's okay. What I'll tell you is that I'm so grateful that Sherry was an A. When I called her, I was nervous. She made millions of dollars. She was retired. Her and her husband, Alex, were enjoying life. And I said, will you guys please look at this? And to Alex's credit, he said, absolutely. And Sherry said, I love you. I'll always support you. That was her thing. And I was nervous to call you, Sherry, and you know it. And I can't thank you enough for being open and gracious when I try to explain things horribly. But I'm honored that you're here, and I'm excited for everyone to know why, though. Because listen, don't go anywhere, Sherry. But I'm just saying, why Viago? Why now? For someone that has gone through and done what you've done and could literally sit home and do nothing but play with your grandkids and be happy. Why Viago? Why now? And I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mazafar, and everybody on this in this community right now that is watching this. I hope you understand that the power of this community is the reason why my husband and I got involved with Viago. The travel, yes, huge attraction to us because, we are in our golden years and we want to travel, and we were traveling, but traveling is expensive. I don't care how much money you make, it's like between all the things that you want to do on these trips and to have your trips designed. And I'm so glad that Alex and I went to Dubai, and there's so many people on this call that went with us that it was just like a huge family reunion, because we do these calls 3 times a week and you get to know people, even though you may not meet them in person. But when you go on a trip, it's like you've known them forever. And I have to say that this is, Rika said it, I am having the time of my life. I mean, I just had my 72nd birthday a week ago, and I look at it and I go, at this time of my life, I want to go out and have fun and make a difference still, and that's what this company offers you. It not only do you have a chance to travel and save money and all of these other things, you have an opportunity to make a difference in somebody's life. Because the one thing I got when I was in Dubai, or Dubai, as Muzaffar says, is that there were people there that said, we never would have been able to come on this trip. They got an experience because of the cost. These are people that are not the high rollers that, go to Dubai and stay in hotels and can afford anything. These are people that got to be treated 5-star, that never would have been treated in this city because everything is so expensive. Because I was there 10 years ago and spent $5,000 just on hotels when I was there. So when you look at it, we have a gift. And we just did a call with a gentleman earlier, Muzaffar and myself, and he said, he goes, "What I see your company gives people hope." And I went, bingo, that's exactly what this company does. It gives people not only a hope to be able to travel and have fun and be able to save money, but to be able to make money. See, you can actually earn while you're learning. That's what I love about this business. Our training program is second to none. And I'll share one last thing, is this is a time when you have an opportunity to share something with people and be able to give them a gift. And this is the best gift. And I'm so excited about all of you getting involved. So please do us a big favor. Get with the person who invited you on this call. Get signed up tonight. I mean, because the longer you wait, the farther you will fall in somebody's business. And we want you to be at the top, because this is a perfect time to get started. And like Muzaffar said, this is phase 1. Imagine where we are in the next 2 to 3 years. So with that, thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful night. God bless. Take care. And we'll see you at the top.